Developing overnight, an officer-involved shooting at a home invasion sends 3 people to the hospital. I'm Matt McCutcheon. The very latest coming up live on Sunrise.
Plus, making sure you feel safe at the mall this weekend, how Metro Police are shoring up security at Castleton Square.
And it is a bitter cold start this morning thanks to clear skies. A bright day today, but we are tracking a wintry mix for tomorrow. I'll have the details.
From Indiana's news leader, Eyewitness News Sunrise starts now.
Good morning. Welcome to Sunrise. It is 8 o'clock on your Saturday morning. I'm Naomi Peskevitz here with Kelly Green. In case you didn't notice, it is freezing outside. We have more of that today and then something even worse right behind it.
A mess out there for Sunday afternoon is what we are tracking right now. In the meantime, it is a dry day today. We still have a wind chill advisory in effect for north central Indiana. That is in effect until 1 p.m. this afternoon. Wind chill values in those locations will still be running 15 to 25 below zero, so keep that in mind today. Now, temperatures really have just been falling since yesterday. We are starting to climb a bit, but we're going to be still below zero this morning. It is currently 2 below in Indianapolis, 5 below in Marion, 0 right now in Greensburg, and 5 below in Lafayette. Wind chill value significant as well, making it feel like it is 15 to 20 below zero. We're starting to see some sunshine this morning. It'll be a bright day today with that air temperature of 2 below right now, but it'll gradually warm up into the mid-teens this afternoon with mostly sunny skies. Now, we're tracking Arctic air today, but we also have the potential for sleet, freezing rain, and then it will change over to just some snow. And we're looking at some light accumulations with that as well. I'll have all those details coming up in your full forecast.
Kelly, thank you. New overnight, Metro Police say one of their officers shot a burglary suspect on the near north side. It happened just after 2 this morning at a home in the 2300 block of Kenwood Avenue between Meridian and Capitol. The suspect who was shot was taken to Eskenazi Hospital, and Sunrise reporter Matt McCutcheon is outside Methodist, where 2 victims are recovering this morning. Matt, good morning.
Naomi, good morning. After some pretty scary moments for those 2 homeowners inside their home when those suspects broke in, those 2 victims were brought here to Methodist Hospital after being badly beaten up. Police say neighbors really came to the rescue in this case. This all unfolded around 2 o'clock this morning in the 2300 block of Kenwood. Officers focused their efforts outside after finding the 2 victims beaten inside. While outside, officers noticed 2 suspects running out of the back door. The burglars actually then fired shots at police who returned fire. One suspected thief, shot in the leg and taken to the hospital, while officers caught up with a second suspect. Police say neighbors helping neighbors made all the difference.
Alert neighbors in the neighborhood observed or heard noises from the victim's residence and didn't believe that the people they saw going into the window and the door belonged there, so they rightfully so called police.
The suspect was shot in the leg and is in the hospital in good condition. The officer involved is on paid leave this morning. Of course, that's standard procedure. IMPD believes that there may have actually been more other suspected burglars involved in this case, but they say that they brought a canine to the scene and they were not able to recover any additional information or any additional suspects. They did recover 2 guns, which they hope will lead them and help them in their investigation, as well as talking to those 2 suspects. As for the 2 badly beaten victims, they're expected to be okay, and they're also cooperating with police this Saturday morning. Reporting live, Matt McCutcheon, Channel 13 Eyewitness News.
Matt, thank you so much. Well, if you visit Castleton Square Mall this weekend, you'll likely see more security and signs reminding visitors of the mall's code of conduct. Increased security comes after last weekend's brawl involving dozens of teens who spilled out into the parking lot, where witnesses say shots were fired. No one was hurt, and so far police have not made any arrests. To prevent further problems, Simon Property Group, the mall's owner, is reminding teens and their parents of the rules. The biggest ones they want to stress are no loitering and no disruptive behavior. The mall's owners say it's a place to shop, eat, or see a movie. It's not a place, they say, to hang out. Potential customers say they'll wait to see how this weekend's extra security goes before they visit again on a weekend night.
And I could very well be going to take her, and, you know, situations like that just happen out of nowhere. It's scary. It's scary.
The security will go up from 10 to 18 people patrolling tonight. In light of the recent events involving the deaths of unarmed black men at the hands of police, there will be a summit today. The meeting centers around bridging the gap between young black community and Metro Police. It's called Are You Mad or Not? And it's at the Edna Martin Christian Center on East 25th Street. Organizers hope Summit inspires young people to get active.
I think it's important that they hear what the young people have to say. We always listen to the adults and whatnot, but we never give the time to really hear what the young people have to say, and they're the ones impacted the most by all the crime and violence out here right now.
Well, organizers say there will be additional meetings in the coming weeks to continue the dialogue between the city's youth and police officers. An employee at the Center Township Trustee's office is accused of stealing from the poor and elderly to pay her own bills. Carmen Batts Porter has been arrested and charged with embezzlement. Investigators claim Porter stole more than $66,000 from recipients' Social Security benefits. According to federal court documents, she admitted using the money to pay her credit card and other bills.
She was able to accomplish this through a pattern of delays, deceit, and outright lies. In one case, Batts Porter claimed to be making payments for a beneficiary who was later found to be deceased.
Porter is the daughter of State Representative Greg Porter. The alleged scheme went undetected for 5 years. Kelly Green joining me now to talk about your day's weather and really what comes tomorrow. That's the important part here.
That's right. Bitter cold today, but sunny tomorrow. A much different story as far as the mix of precipitation goes. I'll have more details on that, but right now we're starting off at 5 degrees below zero in Lafayette, 5 below in Marion, and 1 below right now in Muncie. A bit of a warm up for your weekend. I'll have the details coming up.
And it was another violent day in the city of Paris. We'll have more on those 3 terror suspects and the latest on the search for a 4th. Plus, you may have a New Year's resolution to lose a few pounds, but is there someone else in your house that could also afford to go on a diet? Our pet vet is in next to explain. Just like humans, overweight cats can also be at risk for a variety of health problems, but there are steps you can take to help work your feline's weight down. We're joined once again this morning by our pet vet, Dr. Jennifer Crow from Fisher's Veterinary Hospital. Jennifer, thank you so much. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So we're talking about fat cats. Can we say that?
We can say that. We're talking about fat cats, but they are cats. That's one of the big things to remember, is that cats are not small dogs. So they can't lose weight at the same rate that dogs and people can, and they're trapped inside. when they're doing it, so it's not like we can take them out for a jog.
So how do you stop this from happening in the first place?
So some of the concepts are the same. So just like we talked about dogs last week, measuring their food. You know, even if you've got food out all times of the day, how much is actually in that bowl? So measure it out. But we can use some neat little tricks for our cats. You can take bowls, put them in different places around the house. That way they're up, they're moving around, and they get to do some of that hunting aspect that they're designed to do.
It's interesting because so many of your tips are good for people too. So if you kind of think about what would you do if you wanted to lose some weight, direct that to your cat as well. Well, the other thing that humans like to do to lose weight is exercise, and cats can exercise too.
Cats can exercise. So we've got them up moving around to look at their food bowls, but also you can use tools. I mean, use that laser light, get them up running up and down. You can use a little feather boa or a string, you know, something that you're going to be able to watch them so that they don't eat it. And because they're trapped in this box of a house, you can go up. So things like a cat tower, give them a chance to go up and down. You know, they can do stair steps too.
Is there any kind of special diet you would recommend if maybe your cat has gotten a little big over the holidays?
You know, not necessarily. No matter whether you use a food that's designed for weight loss or whether you use an everyday food, all of it comes down to portion control. And so making sure that what you're feeding is the right amount for that cat. The bag's going to make recommendations, but that's for an average cat. There are cats that need to eat more than that, and there's cats that need to eat less than that. So if you have some questions about the diet, talk to your vet. See if there's perhaps a need for a prescription food or just how much calories, really how much should your pet be eating.
Very good tips there, Dr. Crow. Thank you so much as always for coming to visit and keep your cats and dogs healthy too this year. Well, if you want major trouble in this Arctic blast, just add water. Coming up, how they're dealing with this frigid weather up north.
And it is a bitter cold start across central Indiana. 5 below right now in Lafayette, as well as Marion and Richmond. 0 in Greensburg and 2 degrees in Bedford. Not much of a warm up today. Warmer tomorrow, but we're dealing with a messy wintry mix. I'll have the details.
And welcome back. Time now is 8:15. A look at Monument Circle this morning, where you can still see the light strands from the monument. Well, They come down this morning, and that signifies officially the end of holiday season. We'll have to wait until next year. Well, the manhunt for the suspected terrorist connected with a brutal attack on a Parisian magazine ended yesterday. 3 suspects are dead, but the search is on for another one this morning. Mary Mueller reports.
A massive manhunt continues tonight for this woman, whom police say could have been involved in the murder of a female police officer Thursday. A French newspaper releasing new images of her, armed and dressed in a hijab.
The worrying thing, Wolf, is that we know very little about this young lady. What we found out tonight is that she probably had some contacts with the other terrorist partner because of her phone records.
The other suspect in the murder, this man. He was killed during a siege at this kosher market in Paris, along with 4 hostages. Moments earlier, another hostage standoff northeast of Paris led to the killing of the brothers, suspects in the Charlie Hebdo massacre. In the United States, the FBI and Department of Homeland Security issued a bulletin to law enforcement about the seriousness of the attack, noting the sophistication and training. President Obama, speaking in Knoxville today, says the world now sees again what terrorists stand for.
We have nothing to offer but hatred and human suffering. And we stand for freedom and hope and the dignity of all human beings.
Now a country gripped for days in fear is trying to recover. I'm Mary Mueller reporting.
Mary, thank you. The State Department issued a statement saying it is still concerned about the threat of terror attacks around the world. They said, quote, U.S. citizens need to maintain a high level of vigilance and take appropriate steps to increase their security awareness. 4 people were killed overnight in a shooting in the Bay Area. San Francisco police were called to the scene around 10 p.m. local time after reports of gunshots. When officers arrived, they found 4 victims who all died at the scene. Police say all victims are adult men and that no suspects are in custody right now. Neighbors in the area said they heard rapid gunfire, which sounded like fireworks. And there was a major gun battle at a Kansas gun shop yesterday. Police say 4 men tried to rob the store. The would-be thieves shot one owner and assaulted another, but the owners returned fire, shooting 3 of the suspected robbers. Police say all of them have been taken into custody now. New developments out of Ferguson, Missouri this morning. Several lawmakers wanted to see the police chief step down after last summer's shooting. Ferguson Mayor James Knowles told the Associated Press that some top state officials sat down with him and urged him to pressure the chief to resign. Missouri House Speaker John Deal and U.S. Senator Claire McCaskill confirmed they both attended a fall meeting about this issue. Michael Brown was shot by Officer Darren Wilson on August 9th, which led to unrest in St. Louis County. And on to the weather, and like much of the nation, our neighbors to the north are dealing with those frigid temperatures too. We have some stunning pictures here from Muskegon County in western Michigan. This is along Lake Michigan. Wow, look at that lighthouse. The area has been pounded with snow, winds, and cold. And you got it, today's forecast calls for more snow and temps in the teens. Kelly Green here now. Have we reached the teens yet today?
No. No, we have not.
We're not even there yet. We're not even close to where they are.
That's right. We're going to see our high today in the teens.
Nice.
Tomorrow a little bit warmer, and we actually do have a warming trend in the long-term forecast. In the meantime, we are tracking a sunny day today, but messy conditions for tomorrow. Currently, Naomi, it is 2 below in Indianapolis, 1 below in Muncie. It's 2 below right now in Kokomo and 5 below in Lafayette. The wind chill values playing a significant role as well, running about 10, 15, even 20 below zero in some locations this morning. Still have that southwesterly breeze, and that's why we do have a wind chill advisory in effect for our northern viewing area. This is in effect until 1 p.m. because in these locations we do expect to see those wind chill values running 15 to 25 below zero. Here's a look from our Sharpsville cam. A cold but nice, pretty start this morning. We'll see a lot of sunshine today. A bright day. It is currently 2 below and winds are out of the south-southwest. feeling like 15 below right now in Indianapolis. And here's a look at our satellite radar. It was a clear start this morning. That's helped those temperatures fall. But what we are tracking is this next area of low pressure, already bringing some snowy and a mix of sleet and freezing rain in portions of central Texas, and that is moving our way. Today we do have this Arctic blast. Tomorrow we are tracking sleet and freezing rain. It will change over to all snow as we head into early morning on Monday, and then we'll see light accumulations with that as well. We'll get into more detail in just a moment, but today here's a look at your forecast. Winds will be out of the south-southwest from 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mostly sunny skies with a high of 17 degrees. Temperatures will actually hold steady this evening. Mostly clear skies with a low of just 17 degrees. And then as we head into tomorrow, notice future track starts to bring some clouds in as early as 7 a.m. tomorrow. We'll start to see the precipitation pushing in. It could start off as a little bit of snow, but I do think it will change over to a little bit of a mix of sleet and freezing rain. Notice future track by 4 p.m. showing a little bit of this freezing rain, especially along I-70 corridor. That's where I do think we can see the best chance of seeing some of that freezing rain. Could see some light ice accumulations with that as well. It will start to change back over as we head into early Monday morning. In the meantime, temperatures climb to 28 degrees tomorrow afternoon with winds out of the south-southwest. Now that column of air will eventually go below freezing again. So as we go into Sunday night, we'll see this precipitation changing over to just snow. So we do expect to see some light snow accumulations Monday morning into Monday afternoon. This will move out of here from west to east by early Monday afternoon, and then we'll start to dry things out. In fact, we'll see a much drier pattern moving in for the rest of the work week. In the meantime, today, high of 17 degrees will hold steady at 17 degrees. The high for Sunday, 28 degrees. Precipitation begins to push in as we head into late afternoon on Sunday. And then snow will be likely on Monday morning, then starting to pull on out of here by Monday afternoon. And then we start to see a warming trend with a high of 32 by Friday afternoon. Naomi?
All right, Kelly, thank you. Well, because of the extremely cold weather, Indianapolis DPW canceled trash pickup 3 times this week. That means next week there will be double pickup Wednesday through Friday. The schedule will be normal again on Monday and Tuesday. Well, getting their house in order coming up, a preview of one of the most popular events of the year, and it's heading to the State Fairgrounds. Plus, Girl Scout cookies go on sale today. We'll tell you about the new flavors this year. Welcome back. Time now 8:24 on your Saturday morning, and it is not too early to start looking forward to spring and home improvement projects. The Indianapolis Home Show is the place to do all of that. Work underway right now at the State Fairgrounds to get ready for that show later this month. That includes the construction of that centerpiece home.
We're a home builder by trade. We like to build homes out in the market for people to live in with their families, but to be able to build something indoors and really get people out of the weather, inside, get them excited for another year of home building is really exciting.
Well, the Fisher home is more than 4,000 square feet, and it features 4 different levels, including a basement. The home show starts on January 23rd. It runs through February 1st. And the Indiana State Fairgrounds has also been transformed into a bargain hunter's paradise this weekend. More than 600 booths are set up inside the Marsh, Blue Ribbon, and Champions pavilions for the Greater Indianapolis Garage Sale. Deal seekers can find everything from antiques to collectibles and gently used clothing and electronics. The garage sale runs today from 9 to 6 and tomorrow from 10 to 4. Tickets are $3.50. Kids 12 and younger get in for free. Also at the State Fairgrounds this weekend, the 47th annual Indy RV Expo. The show has 120,000 square feet of merchandise, from motorhomes and fifth wheels to all the accessories. The expo continues tomorrow from 11 to 5 in the West Pavilion. Adult admission is $8. Kids 17 and under are free. And Girl Scout cookies, they go on sale today, and there are 3 new flavors. The new flavors are Toffee-tastic, Rah-Rah Raisins, and gluten-free trios. You'll also see your longtime favorites like Thin Mints and Samoas. Also this year, you can get your cookies online. The National Girl Scout Organization has approved what they call Digital Cookie, an online platform for scouts to sell and ship their cookies. The program allows each scout to have her own individual website, which customers can only access if the scout sends them an emailed invitation. Well, if they want to get to the top of the mountain, they have to conquer Mile High. Still ahead, we continue to get you ready for the Colts' big divisional playoff matchup with the Broncos.
And we do have a mix of wintry mix coming up in your forecast. I'll have more details on that coming up on Sunrise. It is clear right now that is allowing temperatures to tumble We are tracking a bitter cold day today, a wintry mix tomorrow. I'll have the details on sunrise.
Yeah, and this cold stretch is starting to have a major impact on homes and businesses, the problems we're seeing and how you can avoid them. Plus, the NFL divisional playoff round starts today, but everyone in Indy is looking forward to tomorrow's game. What Coach Pagano is saying about the team's focus as they get ready for the Broncos.
From Indiana's news leader, Eyewitness News at Sunrise continues.
Good morning once again. Freezing temperatures overnight. Burst a water main for the second time in 2 days. Look at all that standing water taking up a good portion of the road at Meridian and Kessler. Crews ask you to avoid that area as they get rid of that problem. But aside from the dangerously cold temperatures, we are also expecting some snow this weekend. Kelly,
yes,
why?
I know. It's January.
I know,
and we are dealing with winter conditions, and certainly we've had this Arctic blast yesterday morning. We had our high of 21 degrees, and temperatures have been falling ever since. So we are very cold this morning, clear and dry. So the good news is we do expect to see a bright day with those clear skies that has allowed temperatures to continue to tumble over the past 12 hours. We have fallen to 2 below zero this morning, and we're still dealing with a bit of a breeze out there. So we have air temperature at 5 below in Lafayette, 2 degrees in Bloomington, 5 below in Richmond, and then when we factor in the wind chill value, it actually makes it feel like it's 15 to 20 below zero this morning. So you definitely need to bundle up. We still have a wind chill advisory in effect for our northern viewing area. That's in effect until 1 o'clock this afternoon. Again, wind chill values will be running 15 to 25 below zero. A nice bright but bitter cold start this morning in Indianapolis, and we have those winds out of the south-southwest at 7 miles per hour, air temperature at 2 below. It will be a bright winter day with temperatures climbing to around 17 degrees. They'll hold steady there overnight. This Arctic blast will continue to spill into the area today, but tomorrow's what we're watching out for. The potential for sleet and freezing rain tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening. It will change over to all snow as we head into early Monday morning. We do have the potential for some ice accumulations as well as snow accumulations. I'll have those details coming up in your full forecast. Naomi?
Kelly, thank you. This cold weather is causing problems for homes and businesses all across central Indiana. Frozen pipes are breaking, creating an icy and expensive mess. Sunrise reporter David McAnally says there are other problems too.
The ice coating the window outside was just the first sign Lynn Peoples had big trouble inside.
No place fell apart.
With no warning.
The whole thing. Sitting on the floor, water everywhere.
Blame the sub-zero wind chills that burst toilet and shower plumbing, and Lynn's not alone. The hard freeze hard on infrastructure, from a water main break Thursday night at Kessler and Meridian, to a burst fire sprinkler that soaked a Fishers High School hallway, to this burst line on South Madison, to Rose's house on the west side.
The water busted in the toilet supply line.
The break upstairs flowed down.
The kitchen area, ceiling area, pantry, laundry room, everything, all the ceiling drywall there has to be taken out.
She knows ice and pipes don't mix.
Yeah, I used to work in an apartment complex, so I know what it can do, but I just didn't think it would happen to me.
Back at Lynn's condo, the floor must go, the whole ceiling too.
The whole thing.
Yeah, that's what happened.
That's like a bomb had hit the damn thing.
Other homeowners getting this same bad news.
Your HVAC stuff destroyed, all the insulation destroyed, drywall destroyed, and then the flooring destroyed. I mean, if this was a car, it'd be a total loss.
And now that water's just gone. Because he's talking about it, just a toilet.
A water line to the toilet, the culprit here too, plus freezing behind the shower faucet.
When the water froze, it expanded and it shattered this.
So what can you do to prevent icing? In the shower or sink, one thing is to keep a small flow of water running, but
you want to make sure that the drain line is open and can keep up with the flow. Otherwise, you're going to wake up to a much worse mess.
In cold basements, consider a space heater, and in crawl spaces, block any draft.
If it does this much damage in a few hours, my God, what happened if you're on vacation?
David McAnally, Channel 13 Eyewitness News.
Well, and a reminder, you have to be careful when you do set up those space heaters, and be sure to check your homeowner's insurance to see if it covers you for burst pipes. Some homeowners have certainly been surprised this winter. Well, the weather is being blamed for several accidents that left the Indiana toll road backed up for hours yesterday. One of the accidents killed a truck driver from northern Indiana when his semi collided with two other trucks in Gary. State police say two other accidents happened between South Bend and LaPorte when cars were traveling simply too fast for those conditions. They say it started when a semi lost control and went into the median, causing a chain reaction. 4 people were taken to the hospital. Person died after this, a 150-car pileup on an icy Michigan interstate near Kalamazoo. Despite the cold, the wreck caused fires you see there to break out on some of the vehicles. This includes trucks carrying acid and fireworks. The flames set off 40,000 pounds of fireworks. Police are blaming snow, wind, and poor visibility for those accidents, which blocked the westbound lanes of I-94. For the first time, the state of Indiana has sanctioned a doctor for not protecting his patient's privacy. 13 investigates exposed the problem in 2013 after finding the personal information of dozens of patients in the dumpster at Southside Church. We found names, addresses, phone numbers, birth dates, social security numbers, x-rays, and credit card information on thousands of patients from dental clinics in Kokomo and Marion. Attorney General Greg Zeller filed suit against Kokomo dentist Greg Beck for the first time in Indiana history, where the state has sued and settled for a violation of patient privacy.
That was something that your TV station brought to our attention, and quite frankly, everybody's focused on these electronic records, and we might have missed the fact that these paper records are now being dumped.
Well, rather than fight the lawsuit, Beck agreed to pay a $12,000 fine to settle that case. Playoff weekend, it's finally here. The divisional round starts today with the Colts and Broncos set to take the field tomorrow afternoon. Colts had their final practice yesterday at the complex. All 53 active players are healthy and ready to play. We caught up with Coach Pagano to see how the team feels about this weekend's big game.
Focus has obviously been great. You know, it comes with this time of year. It's win or go home, so you really don't have any choice. They practice extremely well. They put a lot of hard work in, and we still got a couple days to keep grinding, from a mental standpoint. So they're ready to play.
Win or go home. WTHR.com columnist Bob Kravitz just posted an article about Chuck Pagano's family. It's on our website. You can also check out some video, a slideshow of pictures at the Pagano's home in Colorado. Just head to WTHR.com and click on Kravitz. Well, the Indianapolis Colts fly out to Denver today, but the buzz in Colorado is all about Peyton Manning and whether his health will be a factor in tomorrow's big game. Between some Denver sports radio hosts, the debate is on.
Who do you want on Sunday? Pretty good weather, so arm strength may not factor in as much as accurate passing and having guys to throw to. Who do you want on Sunday? Because for my money, I'm still not ready to count Peyton Manning out.
I look at the Peyton Manning of the last 5 weeks, the last 6 weeks since the St. Louis loss. He's had 1 4-touchdown pass game, then 1 2-touchdown pass game, and then a couple of games where he threw none. He had 1 game where he threw none. I'm telling you right now that this is a game that's going to play within a 3-point finish.
Well, of course, we'll see how it all turns out tomorrow, but we want you to be ready for the big Colts game. Watch our Eyewitness News special, Inside the Huddle. Dave Calabro, Rich Nye, and Bob Kravitz will bring you the program live from Denver. They'll set up the showdown between Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck. Again, that's Inside the Huddle tonight at 10 on Channel 13. Tomorrow can't get here fast enough. I know we are all anxiously awaiting that big game.
Very exciting. I'm surprised they're just now getting there today and not earlier this week.
Hope they're ready and hope that Andrew Luck can prove his worth.
Go Colts.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you're home this weekend, you got some weather coming.
Yes, we are dealing with bitter cold temperatures today. And then we're watching out for this system off to our southwest, still in Texas. It's moving our way. It will bring us a wintry mix. And I'll have the details on Sunrise.
Plus, changing the landscape of higher learning, coming up what the president is promising to those who want a college degree. Welcome back. Brides-to-be still looking for that perfect wedding gown. We'll have the opportunity to check out a wide selection today, and it's all for a great cause. Kayleen Newman joins us live from the Sheraton at the Keystone at the Crossing with more on what's called Brides Against Breast Cancer. Kayleen, good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having us.
Of course, we're so happy to have you. Explain what this event is, because it's much more than just a chance to try on a gown.
Yes, of course. So Brides Against Breast Cancer, it's a nationwide tour. We traveled to over 150 cities, and we are making our stop today at the Sheraton Keystone Crossing.
And I can see on the corner of our screen you have a model with you. What's she wearing?
Yes, so here's Jill, our gorgeous model this morning. She's wearing a gorgeous mermaid lace gown, which is very popular because of all the royal weddings. The sweetheart neckline with the jewel adds some touch to it. It retails for $2,000. We are only selling it for $800 at our show.
Wow, that is beautiful, and such a good deal too. Explain what kinds of discounts you guys are offering there for all the brides who want to check it out.
Yeah, so we have hundreds, as you see in our gorgeous ballroom. We have hundreds of deeply discounted designer and gently worn once gowns up to 85% off, and every gown is under $1,800.
Wow, that is certainly a good deal. And also tell us about how this really gives back and how you're able to then help breast cancer research.
So Brides Against Breast Cancer helps fund the healthsupportnetwork.org, which is a free online resource to help people impacted by cancer. So we have videos on nutrition, therapy, exercise, and our main goal is so no one has to go through cancer alone.
Such an important cause. Give folks those final little details if they want to stop by today or tomorrow.
Yes, so stop right at the Sheraton Keystone Crossing. You can pay on bridesabc.org or come right in. It's $5 and it's from 10 a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. So stop by, and if you want to donate a gown, make another bride's dream come true.
Such a good idea, Kayleen. Thank you so much. And an expensive part of the wedding process for sure, but a way to get it at a discount today.
Of course. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
And Kelly Green back with me now. Gosh, those were some beautiful dresses, and they can get really pricey. So
and fun. It's just fun to go try on wedding dresses.
Oh yeah, and it's inside.
Yes, good point. It is going to be a bitter cold day today, starting off very chilly all across central Indiana, below 0 in most locations. It is 2 below in Crawfordsville, 5 below in Lafayette, 5 below in Marion, and a little bit warmer in Bloomington at 2 degrees, 5 degrees in Seymour. Wind chill values still significant this morning, running 15 to 20 below in some locations. We do have a wind chill advisory in north central Indiana until 1 o'clock this afternoon. This camera from Morse Reservoir in Cicero really tells the story. Look at the ice accumulation here on the lake. A blustery start this morning, but we do have a lot of blue sky all across central Indiana. Here's a look at our Greenfield cam. Just a quiet and cold start, but a lot of sunshine. It is 2 below right now at the Indianapolis airport. Winds are out of the south-southwest at 7 miles per hour. And that is likely too because we have this clear sky on our satellite radar, but we are tracking this next storm system. It is developed in portions of Texas, central Texas, seeing sleet, freezing rain and snow. In fact, those areas under a winter storm warning, and that is a significant storm that is going to be moving our direction. So that is what we are looking at next. In the meantime, that Arctic air today, tomorrow we have that potential for sleet and freezing rain. It will eventually change over to some snow, and we could see some light ice accumulation as well as snow accumulation. For today, though, mostly sunny skies. Temperatures will slowly warm up into the mid-teens. Again, sunshine, so that definitely helps, and the winds will be out of the south-southwest. Temperatures will hold steady during the overnight hours, right around 17 degrees, and again, those winds will be out of the south-southwest, and then we'll start to see the clouds thickening up. On Future Track 13, starting the timeline here at 7 a.m., we'll start to see the clouds again increasing, and then the potential of some light snow showers as early as 12 noon. But as the column of air in the atmosphere starts to warm up, as this warmer system starts to push in, we'll see temperatures climbing above the freezing mark. But temperatures at the surface will actually be below freezing, hovering just below that freezing mark. That will allow this precipitation to land as some freezing rain. And that does look likely, especially along the I-70 corridor, sometime tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening. And this is a storm system we will continue to monitor for you because it is continuing to evolve. So tomorrow, We'll see temperatures climbing into the upper 20s by afternoon. The clouds thicken up. Anytime after 12 noon, we could start to see that precipitation arriving. I do think more widespread rain will push in as we head into the later hours on Sunday. Again, potential for some of that freezing rain Sunday night. Then it will change over to all snow as we head into the early hours on Monday, and it will push on out of here by early afternoon on Monday afternoon. So keep checking back with us for the latest on this forecast. Today, high of 17 degrees. Temperatures hold near steady at 17 degrees tomorrow morning. Then we climb to 28 degrees. That wintry mix can push in anytime after 12 noon. Snow showers likely on Monday. A dry pattern pushes in for the rest of the work week. Warmer by the end of the work week with a high of 32. Naomi?
Kelly, thank you. President Barack Obama is pushing a plan to provide 2 years of free community college to all Americans.
Because opening the doors of higher education shouldn't be a Democratic issue or a Republican issue. This is an American issue.
Well, the president says the plan will improve U.S. competitiveness with other countries. It will cost the federal government $60 billion over 10 years, and states opting in should have to chip in as well, he says. Students would have to do community service and also keep a passing GPA. Could the third time be the charm for Mitt Romney? He told a group of Republican donors yesterday that he's considering another run for president. And he also told them, go tell your friends. Romney ran for president in 2008 and 2012, losing both times. He says he would run a different campaign this time around. The former Massachusetts governor has repeatedly indicated since losing to President Barack Obama that he was not interested in a third bid. Embattled former CIA chief David Petraeus could be in even more trouble this morning. The New York Times reports that FBI and Justice Department prosecutors want Petraeus to be charged with improperly providing classified information to a woman with whom he was having an affair. They said an investigation focused on whether Petraeus gave Army Reserve officer Paula Broadwell access to documents and his CIA email account. ESPN personality Stuart Scott will be laid to rest today in Raleigh, North Carolina. Scott passed away earlier this month at the age of 49 following a long battle with cancer. Last year, he was honored for his fight at the ESPY Awards, and he talked about refusing to let the disease defeat him.
When you die, that does not mean that you lose to cancer. You beat cancer by how you live, why you live, and in the manner in which you live.
Stuart Scott joined ESPN in 1993 and gained popularity in his early years as one of the most colorful personalities on SportsCenter. He's best known for his catchphrases during sports highlights like "Booyah" and "as cool as the other side of the pillow." Well, Colts fans are chomping at the bit, waiting for tomorrow's big game against Peyton and the Broncos, and they will have plenty to chew on today. In the meantime, we'll preview today's divisional round games.
And good morning, everyone. Operation Basketball, the first one of the new year here. I had to bring in the ladies from Crispus Attucks High School to help us bring it all in. Highlights from some of the state's best games are coming up.
I'm Gary Dick, and here's what's topping Indiana business news headlines this week. Indianapolis-based Eli Lilly and Company has unveiled a, quote, refined strategy to increase revenue over the next several years, focusing on diabetes, oncology, and animal health. CEO John Lechleiter says the plan will allow the company to move from a period of patent expirations to a period of resumed growth. The city of Indianapolis and locally based R Health have entered into a partnership to provide health services to city employees and their families. R Health announced plans last year to invest $20 million in an expansion that would create up to 450 jobs by 2018. Ivy Tech Community College is expanding a program in Columbus designed to narrow the skills gap. Honda Manufacturing of Indiana in Greensburg, the most recent employer to partner with the school and offer internships in high-demand positions. The Greater Bloomington Chamber of Commerce is toasting a century in business. The organization has unveiled a centennial logo and tagline and will host programs throughout the year to mark that milestone. And we'll have all of the week's business news, including Republican and Democratic leadership in studio with perspective on the big issues in the 2015 session. That's tomorrow morning at 11 right here on Channel 13. I'm Gary Dick. Go out and make it a successful weekend.
Operation Basketball on Eyewitness News is brought to you by Reed Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Ray Skillman Automotive, and powered by the IHSAA.
Good morning, high school basketball fans. Welcome into another edition of Operation Basketball. Got to thank the ladies of Crispus Attucks High School for staying awake all last night, early this morning to join me. Keep in mind, going into this week, we had 4 unbeatens in the whole state, 3 of those right here in central Indiana. We'll begin the last night recap with undefeated Southport and Franklin Central. You know, Franklin had been waiting for this one all season long, a chance to top the top team in the state. Joey Scruggs, or Paul Scruggs to Joey Bunk, 6'10", hard to the rack. That kind of night for Southport, really efficient in the paint. Franklin Central, I will give them credit, they did not back down. Marcus Burke from 3. We keep it close early, but state's top team too much. They were on their top game. Scruggs in the lane, spin, and 1. Southport remains undefeated, winning it by a final of 72-56. The Cardinals, not the only undefeated team that was tested last night. Park Tudor and North Central both at home. Could they keep pace with Southport? It's the dead of winter, but the fans in North Central are dressed like it's the 4th of July. The Panthers hosting Ben Davis. 9-0 on the season. NC looking good early. 3-pointer here. Breaks the 12-12 tie. Then just before the break, Emmanuel Little with the finish. North Central up 8 at the half. They push that lead in the third. Tyree Johnson, the steal. He finds Chris Wilkes for the finish. Panthers then go cold while the Giants go big. 6'6" Taylor Shane, 3 straight buckets. Ben Davis hands North Central their first loss of the season. BD wins it 51-50. Park Tudor hosting Heritage Christian. Kobe Webster, the Indy Mamba, with a couple of early threes. PT up 12 in the first 4 minutes of the first quarter. David Riggs trying to keep Heritage close, cuts the lead to 7. Park Tudor too big inside. Check out the passing. Jaron Jackson to Brandon Tiesom. This 6'8", 6'6". The boys just playing around out there. Park Tudor wins it by a final of 55-56. That big shocker there in North Central losing. How about this? Crispus Attucks big winners last night and celebrated by having the ladies in for Operation Basketball.
All right, the divisional round of the NFL playoffs kick off right here on Channel 13 today. At 4:35 Eastern, the Baltimore Ravens travel to Foxborough, Massachusetts to square off against Tom Brady and the top-seeded Patriots. New England has enjoyed a revival season as most experts had written them off after a 41-14 loss at Kansas City. Meanwhile, Baltimore is looking for another playoff upset victory against the Pats. And on the West Coast, Seattle and Carolina will battle it out for a chance to play in the NFC Championship game. They'll face the winner of tomorrow's Green Bay-Dallas game. Well, while those games are going on, the Colts will be en route to Denver. And our Eyewitness Sports team is already there. Rich Nye is following the preps for kickoff. He will join us live.